Toast of a gentleman. Gathered around a table in a crowded midtown tavern, regally engaged within the joy of a memorable winter evening, were six noticeably content gentlemen. The echoes of their laughter escaped into the air, and soon it would interrupt the profound and potent silence of that group sitting quietly in among the shadows. The acrid smell of cigarette smoke, which in spirals rose towards heaven before disappearing into nothingness, was symbolic of a life lived within one's dreams. But on everyone's lips there was laughter, and inspiration pulsed strong within everyone's mind, and spread out among the tables were glasses enthusiastically flowing with rum, whiskey, or sweet vodka. It was curious to watch that group huddled in the corner, bohemians from whose lips sprang many crass words, which spewed out like poison, in much the same way that sweet honey would flow with the delicate music of an inspired verse. With every new libation, inhibitions escaped further and further from the group, and new inspiration appeared within each heart, along with the broken romanticism that always floats upon the wings of remembrance. Did I forget to mention that that night, among the laughter, libations, jokes, and inspired verses, that group of bohemians commemorated the agony of a year whose bitter scars shall remain painfully etched within each soul, in celebration of the consequential yet logical arrival of the happy new year. A manly voice declared suddenly, "It's 12 o'clock, my brothers. We shall now declare a good riddance to a year whose silhouette was simply the shape that happened to be found among its dearly departed. And now we raise a hearty toast to the arrival of the new year, because it will bring us our dreams, because we pray that it must not bring within its baggage a clusterfuck of anguish and bitter despair." "Hear, hear," said another voice. "Here is to the hope that launches us into our life. Hope to overcome the rigors of our destiny. To hope, our sweet friend, who manages to mitigate the punishments we have truly earned, and then directs a portion of our path in life through her bountiful orchards. I toast because she already has, in my conscience, put an end to violence by eliminating my obsessive hunger for revenge. In my divine and pure sky, not one pale star would illuminate my journey without her, my beloved Hope." "Bravo!" they all cheered. "Tonight you have been inspired, and you spoke well, concise, and with great substance." The turn is to Raoul. "Raise your cup, and let us toast to Europe, in that its mystery is so delicious." "I toast and drink," cried an aging bald paralegal. "I drink to days of my past, when every day was bright, every moment was full of love and joy, and where I was often accompanied by seductive women, eager to join their passion with mine. A toast to my yesterday, for amongst the dark bitterness which even today covers the anguish that lives in my heart, sweet yesterday arrives, sprinkling her wisdom and bringing to my mind thoughts of comforting emotions, of endless pleasures and good fortune, and of the kindness which was mine in my yesterday." "I toast," said Juan, "because through my mind shoots a torrent of divine and seductive inspiration. The strings of my lyre resonate with a verse that leaves me breathless. The kind of verse which, when first heard, brings a sigh, and which we sing joyfully when we are falling in love. I toast in hopes that my verses, which have become such desperate pleadings, might find an entry into the heart formed of metal and of granite, belonging to the thankless woman whose disdain will slowly kill me. But oh my, she has such a very nice body. It is to her heart that I send my song, and when her hands gently wipe the pain from my weeping eyes, and cause astonishment to replace my humble tears, then with interest will my passion have been repaid. Bring me now to her, that I might become intoxicated within the divine nectar of her kisses. The storm of empty phrases continued. Poetry that is so bad, and yet so human, it is easily at home in most any place in this world. And in every sentence of ardent enthusiasm, the ovation grew stronger, along with the libation and the laughter and everything. They were toasts to patriotism, to the flowers, to those innocent and unscarred lovers who, when confronted with a wall, will find a way to create a window, and to those uncontrollable passions whose vain and lustful pleasures can fill rooms with pretty roses, but will cause a woman to soon forget that she was once a lady. All that remained was to hear the toast of art, a true bohemian gentleman, with a noble heart and with the sharpest intellect. A man who without hesitation would declare that his only ambition in life was to steal sweet inspiration from the grasp of all sadness. Feeling the anticipation of his friends and acquaintances, he slowly rose before the expectant gathering, raised his glass towards the cheerful crowd, which was overflowing with laughter and contentment. He wrapped the entire gathering in the light of his powerful gaze. He ran his fingers through his disheveled hair and said these words in an inspired oration. Today, I raise a toast to a woman, but not to her with whom I've often sought comfort from within the walls of my very sadness, while sharing with her bouts of unfortunate and tepid passion. Not for her that offered up her breast as I kissed lovely yet deceitful lips, so artificially and completely painted. I do not raise my glass to her, my friends. I feel that I must focus tonight not upon the pleasures of the flesh. I toast to a woman, but only to one. To the one who once soothed me with her charm and wrapped me in her tender kisses. To the woman who placed me in my cradle. To the woman who taught me as a child the real value of a love that is exquisite, deep, and true. To the woman who loved me so right from the start, as she then gave to me in pieces, one by one, her entire heart. To my mother, my dear Bohemians. To the fine woman who thinks of every morning as though it were something sweet and so very desirable, because she dreams that maybe my destiny will soon show me the path by which once again I will arrive to be at her side. To the blessed old woman that I will always adore. To she who with her very blood gave me life, compassion, affection, and so very much more. For she is the one that lit the light that guides my tortured soul, crying tears of joy just feeling my small head upon her breast. To her I raise my glass. My dear brothers, forgive tonight that I cry before you. But may these tears remove from my chest this lethal pain that like an assassin is trying to kill me. Let me raise my toast to my distant mother, who now suffers and feels that my absence is a raging fire that burns around her. To the unhappy woman who suffers and who cries, and who in her anguish implores to heaven that soon I will return to be with her. To my mother, gentlemen, for she is the sweetness that conceals from me my very anguish, and who on the darkest nights of my life is for me the only shining star. The crowd fell silent. No comment could overcome the sentimental emotions born of such a genuine expression of life's pain and tenderness. And it seemed that above the now enchanted gathering floated a cloud of something immensely pure and powerful, like a poem of love and anguish.